Hello everyone, Badjo here, and today we're gonna take a look at some DCS once again. And we're gonna use the AJS-37 Viggen with the BK-90 cluster bombs, and we're gonna attack Mozdok airbase. We're gonna come in from waypoint 2, we're gonna fly low over the Russian flatlands, once we cross the mountain ranges there, I forget what it's called. Waypoint 4, low, then we have a sharp turn. And we're gonna head for waypoint 6 and 7, which is our targets here and here. Now I have edited my mission a little bit myself, so it doesn't, this photo is not entirely accurate, but we're gonna take out the fighters that are parked at this ramp, and their advanced expensive bombers, the Tu-22s. So we're gonna take out everything here with cluster bombs, and then get out. So we're gonna fly really low, really low, really fast, in and out, and hopefully they will scramble fighters, so hopefully they don't catch us. So, well, let's start. So here we go. Turn on the flashlight. We'll do the checks. Injection seat. Weapon safe. Landing gear down, AFK up. Parking brake is on, and this is beautiful. Wow. Data cartridge in, and then we're gonna contact ground power, F8, F2.
Chief, turn on the ground power. Copy.
What is that sound?
Ground power is now on.
So we're gonna turn on ground power. Fuel. Turn off the alert. Cockpit illumination, we're gonna turn on. Tush, 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 there we go. Please start. Landing light off, emergency light, warning lights test. Yep, everything. Roll trim check center. Yes, autopilot yaw correction set 0. Yaw trim check center, generator on. Radio normal alarm, set AG, set the special one. Flight recorder on, radar altimeter land, thrust reverser. The fuck is that sound? We have some FA-18s helping us out in this mission, so that's probably them. They sound sick. They don't sound well at all. Where was I? Radar illumination, flight recorder, radar altimeter, thrust reverser, HUD glass, low position. HUD slave switch off, altitude source, barometric. Backup artificial horizon, backup altimeter. Engine pressure ratio 10. Beacon on. Navigation lights on. Ah, strange, we don't have a beacon. It's on, but it's not showing. Strange. It's the red rotating like the beacon. IFF. All circuit breakers are in. TILS, yep. Radar altimeter check on. Circuit breakers, data cartridge input. Ref low. Input 9099. All set to 0. Just have to look at this first. airbase 9012, I know this. It's where Kolki landing. The time is 6:34:16, so we're gonna set it to 063500. Input forecasted wind. So we're gonna call air traffic controller and we're gonna ask.
Kolki, in field 1-1. Request startup. Enfield 1-1. Kolki, cleared for startup. Wind 111 at 3 meters per second.
So 111.03 meters per second. LSSQ, that's our wind data. Data display. Oxygen is on. First we're gonna do one for tactical mode. 9, 6, 9, 7 to turn 7 and 6 into target waypoints. 9, 2, 1 to activate the long pattern effect on our cluster bombs. And we're done. Indicator test. Fuel should be pointing at 30%. Yep. Then we're gonna close the canopy and we have startup mission. Should not exceed 400 degrees on that gauge here. It's 250, good. Pressure ratio 1.0, 55 to 65 RPM. And the spark light is turned on. Yeah. And nozzles are open. Yeah, so we are... Oh. Good to go there. Control surfaces, free and full deflection. Yes. Pitch trim. I set it nose up, 3 degrees, because we have a full external tank. Somebody sending messages on Steam. Air brakes, check. Brake pressure 270, we have 270, 200 to 270. Ejection seat armed. Altimeter reset to 0, yes. Master caution, no extra master alert light, nope. Landing light, I'm gonna turn on. Not supposed to have it now, but we can look around with it. Engine DI is now set the radar to AS mode 1. Passive search off. Logarithmic mode, ground power off. Ground crew.
Chief, turn off the ground power. Copy. Ground power is now off.
There we go. Parking brakes off. And we have no wheel shocks. That's cool.
Enfield 1-1. Kolki, clear to taxi to runway 9.
Clear to taxi runway 9. Damn it, this looks great. Well, that wasn't a very...
Kolki, in field 1-1. Request takeoff.
Runway 9 is, yeah, there, that direction. align with the center pretty nicely. There. Nav mode. Reference button. All instruments are working. Sparklight on, transponder on, ejection seat, yes. Yeah, transponders on. Ejection seat, master caution, nothing light. Okay, well then we are ready. Start the stopwatch. Full throttle, all brakes. Let's use full afterburner. Rotate at 250 kilometers an hour. We are pretty heavy load, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, we got a positive climb rate. Gear in. Raise the HUD glass. Turn on the radar altimeter. And we are good to go. And we'll turn our lights off. Hopefully nobody's flying at this low altitude. Set the weapon into attack mode. As a preparation. You can also check if we got waypoint. It's now turning to M6. Turn the light off. Turn to B1. And now we really just have a long flight ahead of us. And that's it. So we're still on the good side of the border, I guess. We're not actually in Russia yet, so... So we can fly. So once we get to the combat area, we're then going to obviously turn off the safety, but we're going to turn on the weapon into attack. And then that's about it. I think as soon as we cross the border, I'm gonna turn on the warning, sound warning, because otherwise this will be annoying. Yeah, will be like that the entire trip. But once we get past the border, which is one of those tall mountains in the distance, then we'll turn on sound, because then an enemy could be locking onto us, and it's good to, because you know, it's really hard to pay attention to that little light down there, this ring of lights. If you get a sound indication, then that will definitely alert you. Whew. Just a lot of waiting. The hell? Lava river? That is really weird. I don't think it's supposed to look like that, considering the sun is behind the mountain. Why is there a reflection? Unless, of course, it's like a volcano. It's actually lava, which I doubt. There we go. I think we're closing in on the Russian border. So what this stripe thing means, this is the fuel gauge. Stripe bit means that that's the amount of fuel we need to make it back home. We still make it if we go below that, it's happened, but it's a good sort of, you know, make it home plus a little bit of extra fuel. So if that needle goes underneath there, then that's not good. Or if our fuel needle, then we're really in trouble. And that updates, so if I change my checkpoints, then that needle, the stripe one, will actually move. That's surprising how technologically advanced this plane really is for being so old. So we're gonna fly up high. We're actually pretty high up. We are actually almost 4,000 meters up. Crossing. There we are. Oh. just barely 4,000 meters. We didn't get there, but so we're actually pretty high up, above the sea level, that is. There's that single tree growing there. It's weird. So yeah, we're gonna do a one aircraft sneak attack on the Russians. Catch them with their pants down. They're not expecting an attack this far inland, I don't think. As soon as they pick us up on radar, they're gonna scramble their fighters to try and take us out, I think. So, if we're lucky, we'll take them out with the cluster bombs. But if we're unlucky, then we're gonna go full afterburner until we're on our side of the border. And hopefully they will give up at the border, because we have a bunch of FA-18s. I don't think we're quite as fast as a MiG, but we're still really goddamn fast. So we're gonna go fly down very low. Because we are now in Russia, I think. We'll have to remember to drop the fuel tank as well once we reach, because it's just gonna slow us down. Point 2 is just up ahead. Weird glitches. This is a beta as well. This is DCS World 2.5 beta. So it's to be expected to see a few glitches, I suppose. Turn on the radar altimeter. Now we're gonna have to go low, I think. Just have to watch out for these power lines. Drop the drop tank. I think from now on we're gonna try and stay low. So once we get to waypoint B4, that's when we are going to make a sharp turn towards the base at waypoint 6, M6. Once we're in range, we're gonna drop our bombs, bomb capsules, gliders, whatever, and switch to waypoint 7. And there we go. And hopefully, and then we're just gonna full afterburner all the way home. I can feel my pulse starting to elevate already. We haven't heard any radar signals though. Oh yeah, we have. Because I forgot to turn this thing on. They've probably been pinging us for the last few minutes. Whoops. Turning to waypoint 4. Ooh, that was a lot lower than I thought. 20 kilometers to go, 22 kilometers to go. There we go, airport radar has now detected us. Mozdok airbase. Attack mode. Tree. Nine kilometers. Point 4 coming up, sharp turn to the right in a few seconds. M6 selected. So we have a 10 kilometer range, so we're going to do a little bit less than that. Ooh, this is scary. We are so close to enemy base. Whoa. ...20 kilometers. Safety off. In attack mode. About to be on the release point. Oh fuck, I can see the runway lights. Release. Release 1. Release 2. Oh my god. They're the enemy fighters. They're the bombers. We are leaving. Sea of suckers. Oof. Let's not do anything crazy. Let's just get out of here. I don't care about waypoints, let's just... Yeah, let's get me home. I do not care about taking particular waypoints now. There's my shadow. That's a really long distance. Already below 60% fuel. Oh, power lines. Fuel. Let's calm down a little bit. Let's turn down the brightness. That's how low we are. Dropped all our bombs as well, so that's good. I'm gonna make a separate recording as well. That's scary. We're at the bingo fuel limit. So we just have enough fuel to make it home, it looks like. But I think we'll be good. I think we'll actually be good. Because once we get to friendly space, airspace, we check behind me as well. Because nobody's following me, though I wouldn't know. This aircraft has pretty terrible rear visibility, but it's not really meant to get into a dogfight. It's just supposed to get in and out, like we just did. That makes me paranoid as fuck when I turn around. Okay. Home stretch. Get over these mountains as quickly as we can. We had some extra fuel to spare there for a moment, so I thought, why not? We are above our limit, so we actually have some fuel to spare. Nobody seems to be tailing us. I don't think we have anyone following us either. Or do we? It looks so nice, except for the odd trees that shouldn't be growing here. At these altitudes, I mean, we are about 4,000 meters up in the air again. Above sea. I don't think there would be any vegetation up here. Because vegetation barely grows at like 800 meters above sea level. Oh, and I think we're home free. Whoa. We kind of absolutely destroyed Did get our targets as well. That's good. Abandon. Yeah. So looks like we did our job at least. Turn up the heads up display brightness. Is that max? No, it's not. Or maybe it is. It's our landing base, 120 kilometers out, which is correct. 10 miles or mil, 10 mil is 100 kilometers, so that's right. You'll see that this will change any second now as well. From mil to kilometers, I will say there. As soon as we pass the 10, I think it is. Or maybe it's here. Who cares? Oh yeah, it should be the 4-1. Should see the circle coming up in a second now. Friendly radar planes detected us. It's the AVAX aircraft. Sanaki Koki.
Koki, in field 1-1, inbound. Airfield 1-1, Koki, fly heading 240, fort forward 5, QFE 29.88, runway 09, to pattern altitude.
I don't think I can see the airport yet, but that could be it. But I don't think it is. It's the terrain, so... I can't see anything yet. Is that it? I think it is. I think that's where we parked. Yeah, one way on, yeah. Okay, so we need to turn. They want us to go to heading 240. Well, look, that is heading 240. Right, time to get low then. Landing light still on. So start doing the approach checklist. Airspeed should be 550, so we can cut down to idle. Could use the air brake as well, but I don't think we'll need it. Because once we level off here, I think we'll start losing speed steadily.
Airfield 1-1, cleared for visual, contact tower.
Can contact them, but I don't think we're gonna get permission to land just yet.
Airfield 1-1, request landing.
It's not until we're actually much closer. Air brake out. And there's the airfield. Landing gear out. In with the air brake so we don't lose all our speed. I think we'll use the thrust reverser because this looks like a pretty short runway. Have the glass lowered. Landing mode. Set radar. Nah, let's not do that. This is a bit of a weird approach, I suppose. At least I think this is kind of a weird one. Fuel, we still have 25%.
Airfield 1-1, Cookie, check landing gear.
We are very high. So actually I do something we're not supposed. We're gonna lower the nose. Yeah. I think we'll land right on the skids.
Enfield 1-1. Taxi to parking area.
We'll take off here just to clear the runway. There we go. Turn off the taxi lights. Or landing lights. Flight time. I'm not even sure how to read that. 40 minutes. Yeah. 43 minutes. Take the transponder off. Still have the radar at them. You don't want to taxi at a higher speed in this thing, because this is basically a reliant Robin on a very expensive one. This is a 3-wheeler. Turn too hard on you will damage a wing because you're almost flipping over. So you really don't want to go too fast in these. Could have done a lot more damage if there was more of us. You're supposed to be like a full wing of 4 that does like bombing runs and everything. On like all the air defenses and everything like that, so you can only imagine the amount of damage we could have really done. Big ass C-17 with a Bradley in the air. Okay. I've seen that before. Take our ordinary parking spot back. Turkish Air Force is here. And the US. Okay, this will do. I think we're actually not supposed to follow the dotted line, because I think that's for car traffic. I think we're supposed to follow this. This doesn't feel right, but we'll park here. They're gonna tow the plane anyways. So parking brake on. Ejection seat to save. AFK lever off and up, generator off. Radar warning receiver. IFF transponder off, internal illumination off. External lights off. Oxygen off. Low pressure fuel valve. And there we go. So, mission accomplished. Well, thanks for watching. It was a pretty long video, but see you around next time. Badjo out.